Okay, so leave that for a bit. If you got confused on that, we'll do more word problems after and just get used to the graphing. Okay, so here, once again, these are very similar to the ones we just did. But we're going to show here what happens is once we graphed all these. So this guy here is negative 1/2 x plus 8. I'd start at 8 and I'd go down. I'd go down 1 over 2 for my next spot. Okay, my rise is 1 minus 1, and my run is 2. Connect the dots, and I get this blue line, and that's E. And if I had done this guy over here, C is this one in green. And my drawings are horrible, but what you would notice is that this line and this line are what we call parallel. They wouldn't meet. Okay, they run like two train tracks. They'll never meet. And if you do a bunch of questions and you find parallel lines and you go ahead and you figure out their slopes, what you figure out is that they have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope, and that's a fact, Jack. So they all have the same slope. They have different y-intercepts, right? Because this guy's up here and this guy's down there. But if they have the same slopes, they're parallel. Perpendicular lines meet at a 90-degree angle. So, for example, our x and y axis meet at a 90-degree angle. But some of these lines would also meet at a 90-degree angle. And let me just go over to the eraser and clean this up a bit, if I can. Oh, look at that. Heck of an eraser. And let's go over here again. Let's stick with the pink, I guess. And if I go back here, what you notice is this line and this line, they go ahead and they whack into each other. And that is line A, which has a slope of 2, and line E, which has a slope of negative 1/2. And what you'll notice on perpendicular lines is that the slopes are what we call negative reciprocals. So the negative reciprocal of a number is 1 over that number with a changed sign. So the negative reciprocal of a whole number is always going to be 1 over the number. And if it's a negative, it becomes a positive. If it's a positive, it becomes a negative. So, for example, if I had 8 minus 8, the negative reciprocal is plus 1/8. If I had a fraction, like 2/3, what you're going to do is flip that as 3/2. And then if this was a positive, this would become a negative. So you got to change that sign. If you happen to flip a guy that is a fraction like this, 6 over 1, and make 1 over 6, and make it 6 over 1, change the sign to make it a negative. If the base of your fraction is a 1, then you can just reduce that down to negative 6. Okay, so that is negative reciprocals and slope, and perpendicular lines and slope, and parallel lines slope. So 3 and minus 1/3 perpendicular. 5 and minus 5. Careful, okay? It's negative. It's not a reciprocal though. Okay, it's the same number, so it's not parallel. It's not perpendicular. It's neither. Okay, 6 and 1/6. This is a reciprocal, but it's not a change in sign. So if you plot these, you might find something neat about them, right? But the truth is, they are not either perpendicular or parallel. Like this one here is parallel. So perpendicular we sometimes show like this, and parallel we can show like that. Parallel lines have the exact same value with the same sign. So -2 and -2 would look like that. Okay, so those are perpendicular and those are parallel.